Hey YouTube, how you guys doing today? Kevin here, coming back at you with another video. I just came in here to check the weather condition inside my my Kawasaki house, and of course my little guy's Yamaha. So I was just checking the stuff out and making sure everything's good, nothing's leaking fuel, the ground is nice and dry under the bikes, no issues, no problems. So I got my KM100, my KD80, and my KE100, which you guys have seen a million times. But this ain't the purpose for this video. The purpose for this video is because I just took out the Kawasaki KDE100. Hello. Here she is. I gotta put the covers on it. Haven't done that yet. I took the a hammer to the rim. And I got to do a little bit more. It looks like I have one more little spot right there that I have to take out. But I was able to hammer out the with my rubber snap-on mallet. I was able to get a lot of the whatchamacallits out of it. A lot of the dents on the rims. So I filled up the tires. Tires are cracked pretty bad, but I'll replace them. So where I'm at with this bike is I got to put the fuel tank mount on, which I have to get a bolt for, and I got to put a front cable on there, and I got to do the brakes on this. There are no back brakes, and judging by the condition that the transmission was locked up, I'm going to assume that there's no front brakes either. I did remove the cable, but let's see here. Oh, nope, there's front brakes. There is front brakes. Alright, so the front brakes are good. The back brake, I can tell by moving that and seeing where it is in the window. That's got good brakes. Okay, good front brakes, bad back brakes. And we got to fix this whole thing right here. This whole ordeal has to be bent down a little bit for the clutch. So I put a used chain on it, nothing big. But we also have this. We have some stuff going on, guys. We still have to get out. Don't mind the mess. My Yamaha Breeze, and we got to put the carburetor on the little 110 over there. Stuff's been sitting in here all winter long, so we got some stuff going on. So I figured I would what do you call it there, do a video on the KDE. I'll let you guys know how the rim came out on this side. Nice and round, looks pretty good. The other side's got one little flat spot on it, but I fixed the one on this side. So, same thing with the back. I got the back rim nice and round again. So, I just got to replace the, what do you call it there, the tires on it. Throw some tires on it. But anyway, this is a KDE. I call it the KDE. They don't make a KDE. The reason why I'm calling it a KDE is because it's in the style of the Kawasaki KD. And what I mean by that is there's no alternator for lights. There's only one wire. And that comes up to your kill switch right here. There's no ignition. Everything's been stripped off the bike. There is no wiring for the lights. There's not even a battery box for a battery. Okay, literally stripped down. Coming out of the generator is, well, where the generator used to be. There's only one pickup coil and a set of points and condenser on the side. And then you have the wire. So, which you guys have seen in the other videos, I took a block-off plate from a KD and I stuck it on where the neutral safety light would be. So it's blocked off. I used the grommet from the KD to put the wire through because it's the same engine. Put that through and that's all wired up. So we did that. Everything on this bike is in the KD styling, but it's a 100. It's a KE100. So I combined the two and made myself a KDE100, and it's a, obviously a taller version. It's got features the 40-tooth rear sprocket factory and the 15-tooth front. Someone did a good job on redoing that seat, but there's no lock. There's no lock. Now, if you guys watch my other videos, I have a lot of you guys commented on your on the channels. The Facebook channels, that your oiler stopped working. A very common problem with that is this tube right here gets crap on the end of it and builds up inside and plugs it. If this thing plugs here, it'll create a vacuum lock when it tries to suck down to the oiler, and you won't get any oil out of your oiler. So make sure that tube is nice and clean. I hear a lot of guys complaining about different noises from their bikes. You can hear the rotary valve in there clicking away. Check your float adjustment. If it sucks in too much fuel, it can also cause that sound. It makes that valve chatter for some reason. So check your float adjustment. Make sure you're not sucking in a lot of extra fuel. I also have another gentleman who was talking about he cleaned his points. The bike starts, sputters, kicks, and farts. Clean the points a little bit more, and then try it again. If not, replace the points. He said he cleaned the carburetor and all that type of stuff. So I just wanted to touch base with him real quick. You know who you are. Clean your points a little bit more. You might not have gotten it all. You might have a weak spark. Other than that, check your jets and make sure you can see right through clear both of them. Alright, so I wanted to talk to you guys real quick about jetting. I know a lot of you guys are cleaning your carburetors. This is kind of, I wanted to do a video on this, but I want to touch base on an issue. Okay, I know a lot of you guys have cleaned the hell out of your carburetors, and you still can't get this thing to run right. And I want to show you guys a little trick that's going to help you out. Okay, so let me grab a junk carburetor here, because this one's right here. Okay, you're not going to be able to see this, so I'm going to have to explain it to you. Okay, real simple. It is an easy way to check your jets and make sure they're clear. Okay, so let's go back over here. Alright, there are two jets in this carburetor. This is your main jet, and then in that hole inside there's your pilot jet. The pilot jet is really, really hard to clean. Okay, now if you flip the carburetor over, hold on, I got it itch real quick. Hold on. Yeah, mosquito. Okay. Now, I don't know if you can see it or not. Yep, you can. Well, let's see if I can get this a little better. Inside there, you're going to see the main hole. Jesus, really hard to see. No, you can't see it. Hold on. Let me see if I can get this in here. This way. Oh yeah, here we go. Okay, see how you can see right through both of those holes? I'm going to put my finger through here and go, see that little dinky hole? Right there where my fingernail is? Okay, see how I can see light through both of them? Those are clean jets. Okay? You can take the carburetor bowl off and take your slide out, unscrew it, and look through. And if you can see light, you gotta get it to where you can see light. Right there, you can see two holes. See right there? A red hole on the right and a blue hole on the left. That's because they're on my bike, my son's bike, and my taillight. That means that the jets are clear. If you can see two holes. One is going to be smaller than the other. That's because the pilot jet is smaller and the main jet is bigger. But you can also put a flashlight at the bottom of it too and see if you can see light through. There we go. Right. I'm just trying to do this in a way that you guys can see. Right there. See the two holes at the bottom? The two little dots? Those are your jets, your main, and your pilot. If you can't see light, then guess what? You got a clogged jet. That's how you check your jets to see if they're clogged or not. That's a helpful little tip right there for you guys. Make sure your jets are installed and put light at the bottom of it. Hopefully that helps you. So anyway, back on the KDE. Okay, man, you guys are awesome. I have to say, 597 subscriptions. That's awesome, guys. Thank you very much. I really appreciate that, and I hope you find these videos informative and informational, and they help you out as best as I possibly can. Alright, so anyway, this is the engine that had the stuck transmission. We went through and cleaned it up, And we found a bent shaft on the transmission. It's in the transmission videos. This was a 1995 Kawasaki KDE100. I picked up in Orange, Mass, I believe this one was. It had a locked up transmission, and or I might have gotten it in New Hampshire. I don't remember where I got. I got so many of these things. It's just, I got this one. That's the motor that came off this frame, so it's numbers matching. What happened was, I got the bike. I wanted it for parts. It's supposed to be a parts bike, okay? Nothing more, nothing less. Just strictly parts. So I rubbed the CDI off it, because it was a late model 95, so it's almost 96. I grabbed the CDI off of it, I modified it, and then I took it and I stuck it on my Kawasaki KD, this bike. Because all three of these bikes have CDI, okay? CDI, CDI, CDI. This is a 92. I took the points out of this one, the points out of this one, the points out of this one, and made them all CDI. So a lot of people don't even know what CDI stands for. It stands for capacitor discharge ignition. Okay? It is a more accurate spark. It's definitely accurate. It's more powerful. It gives you a bunch of benefits to it. One, the bike can idle lower than it can with points. It's more reliable. There's no maintenance to it at all. Like points, you have to keep adjusting them, and what do you call it there? You just have to, keep playing with them. You got to check them every now and then. You got to replace them every now and then. This is the way to go, CDI. This one has points. This has an ignition plate. Actually, the points plate that's in this bike is actually the one that is off this bike. So I made it a KDE. So it's a KD parts on a KE. So basically, let's see if we can get. I have to hold you because I have what do you call it there? I got to replace my tripod. I'm breaking everything, I'm telling you. So close this down. These little straps are going to hook up underneath here. There's no locks at all, so that's going to hold the seat from coming up. And let's see if we can get this thing started here. And there she is, a Kawasaki KDE100. You can hear it a little louder with the side cover off, but sounds pretty good. It's out of fuel. I don't want to run it up too much. I never turn the fuel on. Why don't we do that? You can always tell when your fuel is off because they idle really high. The fuel go in there for a second and restart it. See if it'll idle down. That point won't start at all, right? Helps when the fuel is on. Okay. It's not good to run them out completely like that. When they start to tack up, that means they're running really lean. And that can actually burn up an engine. So whenever that happens, we shut it down. So where I'm at with this bike is I got to replace the kickstarter. That's my dummy kickstarter. You can see it's all just destroyed. It's all flopping, bolted together. That's the one I throw on a bike just to see if it'll start. And if something happened to it, I really don't care because it's POS. But anyway, so now the next step we have to do is put the two side covers on here, which I can take care of that. Put the rubber cap on it, and then we got to take the bike. We got to take that exhaust off of it. We got to mount on the expansion chamber, and then we got to put the whole bike on my Kawasaki KDE100 or KD or whatever motorcycle trailer right here. See, it's got the little rail right there. And we're going to strap this down, and we're going to bring it over to my brother's house, and we're going to weld it. We're going to get that exhaust done. Probably get that done this weekend, I'm hoping. So as soon as I can get that done, I put these on the trailer, by the way, so I can see when I'm backing up. These are off a plow. So I put one on each corner just because, when this thing's so low, you can't really see it all that well. But yeah, this is the motorcycle rail right here. The wheel fits up in there, and then I can strap it all down, and boom, all good in the hood. Everybody's happy, peace on earth. So I'm going to put a couple of lugs on the front there, which I have. I just got to figure out what I do with them so I can strap the bikes down, and then that's great. This thing's going to be all set. So, well, that's pretty much it for today. Guys, once again, thank you guys for hanging out with me and watching my videos. I love the questions. I love the comments, so keep them coming. Yeah, we're going to throw the side covers on this thing. I'm going to take care of that so I can get that off. And then we're going to do another video on the exhaust. And we'll get this thing over to my brother and get some welding done. This is going to be the dummy bike for the KDE100 build. So we understand where the shocks are going to be, the expansion chamber. So we're going to go right around them and boom. So, oh, and by the way, the transmission is not locked up on this bike. In fact, let's see if I can take you for a quick ride on it. No, I can't, because I can't do it with hand. Shoot! I was going to take you for a quick little ride. Hold on one second. Okay, so what we're going to do is I'm going to have my wife hold the camera and see if she can capture me riding the bike. If you could just hold the camera, I'm going to take this bike. This is the one with the locked up transmission. There you go. Got it? Mm-hmm. Okay. Thank you, Mama. So there we have it. Transmission shifted beautifully. I put it in third gear. I don't know if you guys heard it bog, but I threw it in the slammed it in the third just to see if it would do it, and it bogged down a little bit. But other than that, it's in excellent driving. I love it. Shut the fuel off here. I gotta put the side covers. I don't want to drive it too much because I don't want this thing to start getting too lean. But she's in good shape. She goes like a son of a gun, so it's got plenty of power. So I'm going to fix that rim. I got, you can see how I got it mostly out of it. I mean, that thing came out pretty nice. There's just like one really little flat spot right there. But I'll fix that. Back rim came out nice. So, and I'm fixing that just with a rubber mallet. Just a big, heavy dead blow hammer. This mallet that I'm using to do this with is a snap-on, but you can get these from any manufacturer. But I don't think you hear it. There's actually sand in it, and it's called a dead blow hammer. So it's not a rubber mallet. If you did it with a rubber mallet, you have to take a chance of taking a rubber mallet to that forehead because it'll bounce back on you. But that thing isn't pretty. That thing's pretty neat. I love the hammer. So there we go. 1995 KDE 100. Thing's cool. One more for the collection. So I have the idea behind this was the father bike, because my little guy wants to learn how to ride, of course. Got to do that. And then the son bike. So these are going to be strictly off-road. where my KDE and my KE100's on road. So this bike right here will be registered for off-road, and considering I don't have a title for it, which doesn't really matter in New Hampshire, it's a 95, I could register it if I put the lights and stuff on it, but there's really no point in it. So I can make a father-son bike, and there she is. So we took all the locks out of it. There's no keys, there's no lights, there's no electrical, there's no nothing to go wrong on this bike, which is exactly the way I like this one. So we're gonna fix the back brakes, switch out the exhaust, and get this over to my brother and get some welding done on it. So thank you guys for watching. Please subscribe. You guys rock. Thank you very much.